All right, 6-2, solving systems of equations by graphing. So example 1, we're going to solve this system by graphing. We're going to solve the system of equations by graphing and then check your solution. We worked on checking our solution yesterday. So y equals negative 2x minus 3 and y equals 2x plus 5. All right, we have graphed equations of the line before, and this one, your slope equals negative 2. We're going to place that over 1 because it is a whole number. And then my b is that negative 3. All right, let's graph that. Now you're going to graph your b first. Your b is on the y-axis, and it says negative 3. So start counting at 0 and negative 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, there's your first dot. Now my slope is negative 2 over 1. So from my b, I'm going to go down 2 blocks and then go over to the right 1. Put my second dot. Now I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to, the best of my ability, go through the middle of both dots and draw a straight line all the way straight through my entire graph. Now my second line. My second line, my m, is the whole number 2, which I'm going to place over 1. And my b is a positive 5. So again, find b first on the y-axis, start counting at 0, and go up 5 full blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now this one brings up an interesting point because your slope is 2 over 1. Well, we ran out of graph. So instead of going up 2 and to the right, we're actually going to do the opposite. We're going to go down 2 and to the left. All right? So again, so instead of going up 2 and to the right 1, we go down 2 and to the left. All right, we're going to do the opposite in both directions because that gives me another spot on the exact same line. All right, but you have to do it to both if you're going to do it. All right, so, and sometimes we do when we run out of graph. We just find another way. And we are going to draw another x. All right, now, when we did our 2 activities for slope, we actually alluded to this, all right? So our 2 lines cross at this point right here, okay? And it says graph each line on the same coordinate plane. At what point do the graphs of the line appear to intersect? Well, that's this point right here. So we're going to give the address of this point. Now remember, when we give our address of a point, we do it in an XY fashion. So X is basically your number line like we have on the wall, okay? So we start counting at 0, and it would go negative 1, negative 2. Okay? Once we find out where it is on the number line, and then we go and do our Y. All right? If we go up, it's a positive. We go down, it's a negative from the number line, and we go up 1. So our solution to both equations would be negative 2, 1. Now we're going to check. All right? We're going to check with our negative 2, 1. So we did this yesterday. We have our equation. So we are going to substitute in for y. It's going to be 1 equals, we have this negative 2. And then we have our x value, that is negative 2. Remember, we're going to put it in parentheses so it indicates multiplication. And then minus 3. All right, so 1 comes on down, and we're going to do the math. Negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4 minus 3. All right, 4 minus 3 is 1, and yes, 1 does equal 1. Now let's see if the same point satisfies this equation as well. All right, so the y value is 1 equals, this time it's 2, multiply the value of our x, which is minus 2, plus 5. All right, So 1 equals a 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 plus 5. Well, negative 4 plus 5 is 1. All right, we're able to say yes to both, or give both of them checks. So this is definitely our solution, and we have checked it. All right, now let's flip on the back. All right, on the back, we have x equals 3 and y equals negative 6. All right, we're going to solve the system of equation by graphing check your solutions. Now, if you remember when we were doing these x equals 3, y equals negative 6, these are our straight non-curved lines. One's horizontal, one is vertical. So let's do this one first. X equals 3. You see an x equals a number, you got to think number line, okay, and x equals 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we have to take our ruler. We're going to go perpendicular because this is a vertical line. Okay, this is a vertical line because this x equals 3, this x equals 3, this x equals 3, this x equals 3, okay? So we draw a line through that point across the axis line. X equals 3. That is a vertical line. Okay, and back in unit 4. Next up, y equals negative 6. Okay, we always start at 0, 0, and on the y, we're going to go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that's where on the axis y equals negative 6, but we're wanting to draw a line through that point. All right, so we're going to take our ruler and go across that axis line, that y-axis line, and we are going to draw a horizontal line because this y is negative 6, but so is this one and that one and that one there. So when you have a y equals a number, that is your horizontal line. All right, and where do they appear to cross? Well, that's right here. And this point right here is, well, 1, 2, 3. That's my x. And your y should be negative 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 6. All right, checking these should be simple. All right, so this is my x, y. All right, so x, and here is 3. Go back to my equation. Does 3 equal 3? Yes. Let's do our second one for our next equation. Well, the value of y is negative 6, and yes, that indeed equals negative 6. All right, these are the ones that go the most wrong because we're drawing vertical and horizontal lines, and there seems to be a stumbling block for these for some of my students, but there's the least amount of math involved. All right, your assignments include 6 problems. You're going to graph your systems of equations, and then you are going to prove that your answer is correct. You're going to check your answer.